In a world of ruins, our main dude, Cashern, has no clue who he is or what went down in his past. Total amnesia vibes. Everyone and their dog blame him for offing Luna and kicking off this dumpster fire situation. Cashern, rolling with his ragtag squad, is on a wild goose chase to find out who he really is and how to put the brakes on this ruin. He's trying to piece together his life's jigsaw puzzle, while everyone around him throws major shade and points fingers. With a flower tainted in blood, a little girl cries, saying it wasn't Cashern's fault. Another dying robot cries out with his rusty hands that he seeks the healing of Luna and thinks that his desperately asking for Luna's help has stopped him from decaying. But he decays anyway. Guess rest never sleeps. Everyone's on a quest for Luna like she's the robot messiah with a cure for rustiness. Everyone is traveling to find Luna and get help from her healing powers. Meanwhile, Cashern and Liuza are traveling together to find a solution to stop the ruin from killing all the robots. Liuza keeps on blaming the death of Luna and the doom of the world on Cashern and is amidst a conflict about whether to kill Cashern's dumbass or not. Like, lady, decide it quick. Cashern continues his journey through a lonely world, struggling with lost memories and the destruction he thinks he caused. He comes across a village and meets a little girl named Ringo and an older man. Both are wary and scared of him because of his reputation as the infamous Cashern, the harbinger of death. Despite their fear, they offer him food and shelter, hoping he can save the world. One day, Cashern and Liuza see Ringo playing in the rain. They ask her why she's out there without a raincoat, warning her that the rain could make her rusty and sick. Ringo ignores them and keeps playing. The older man dislikes Cashern but tolerates him because Ringo likes him. They stop by a cave to build a fire and dry off Ringo. Liuza notices blood marks on Ringo's arm and sees that she is getting rusty. They are enjoying a peaceful moment when someone disturbs them. Ringo runs inside the cave to play with her glass bottle in the water. The stranger who entered the cave reveals a big secret about Luna's death and a major discovery about the robots. Cashern removes the stranger's cape, revealing his identity. Surprise, it's Breaking Boss, and Cashern starts having flashbacks of his past. Cashern's like, hold my oil can, as he unveils Breaking Boss and starts having flashbacks faster than a malfunctioning hard drive. Breaking reveals that the older man with him was the doctor who created Cashern and that Cashern didn't kill Luna willingly. He was ordered to do it. We see connections between Luna and Ringo. Cashern remembers his past more vividly, recalling his life before the ruin, his bond with Luna, and his transformation into an immortal. These memories trouble him deeply. Ringo places her hand on Cashern's face, triggering a flashback of Luna doing the same, confirming a connection between the girls. Cashern injures himself to save Ringo from getting hurt, and she screams, "No!" like the classical scene in an anime when she sees Cashern's weak ass bleeding. Ringo, the motivational speaker bot, walks towards Cashern, sympathizing with him and telling him that it wasn't his fault in anything, but Cashern is far from a sense of hearing her like the pint-sized therapist she was. Now aware that he killed Luna, Cashern is disoriented and staggered by his past actions. Breaking Boss manipulates him, urging him to join the dark side and reminding him of his role in destroying the world. Instead of answering, Cashern walks away. Ringo tries to follow, but gets lost. A kind woman finds Ringo and takes her to a dying caravan heading to the city for Luna's help. Ringo learns that all robots depend on Luna and that she might find Cashern there. Dio, emerging from hiding, sees an army heading towards the caravan. When questioned, Leda dismisses his concerns. Dio's robots attack the caravan, slaughtering robots and searching for one claiming to be Luna. Ringo runs away but is saved by the older man. When they are discovered, Cashern and Liuza arrive to help. Cashern and Dio fight, but Dio gets his tiny ass kicked due to an old wound. Leda stops the battle, threatening Liuza. They retreat. Cashern and Liuza decide to find Luna, while the older man and Ringo stay back due to his leg injury. Ultimately, a decaying robot finds a mysterious robot who introduces herself as Luna. A memory flashes, showing a robot slipping and taking a dunk into the water. Classic pratfall. Then an old bot on its last legs crawls through a blue crystal jungle, mumbling about wanting to grab something but drawing a total blank. Cashern has another flashback, his hands all stained, remembering he's offed Luna. Liuza, by his side, almost eats dirt, but Cashern swoops in to catch her superhero style. He clocks that Liuza is also catching the ruined bug, but she brushes it off like it's just a scratch. match. They keep trekking and stumble upon the old bot, still crawling like it's on a mission. Feeling sorry for the guy, they lend a hand, pondering who he's still trying to impress. Ryuza IDs the old-timer as Shinigami Dune, the Guardian type. Meanwhile, Grandpa and Ringo are on the road. The older man slaps a helmet on Ringo to keep her from rusting, but she dumps it to feel the breeze. Cashern and Ryuza get jumped by Dio's goons. The scuffle sets Dune off, who goes full-on vendetta against Cashern for Luna's demise. Flashback shows Cashern dropping Luna while Dune watches, totally shaken. Dune and Cashern go toe-to-toe like it's a pay-per-view, but Dune bites it. He spills. He is gunning for Luna's hand, his giant crush. Ryuza drops the bomb that Luna's still kicking. Dune revs up to crawl again. Ringo tells Grandpa she's gunning to grant his wish. Cashern and Ryuza hit the gas, still hunting for answers. Ryuza and Cashern trudge through a sandstorm on the hunt for Luna. Despite Ryuza feeling like crap, she stubbornly refuses to rest when Cashern suggests it. Meanwhile, Ringo and the older man stumble upon a flower field, where Ringo goes full-on explorer mode, finding bugs and flowers galore. Cashern and Ryuza eventually find them, and Ringo bonds with Ryuza while Cashern grills the older man about Ringo's backstory, recalling her injury from the cave. The older man spills the beans. Ringo was found as a baby, giving him hope despite his regrets about the world going to hell. Cashern swears to protect Ringo and Ryuza, feeling guilty as a sin for the world's sorry state. On another front, Leda and Dio catch wind of two bots who kick their soldiers' butts and start snooping around for Luna's hideout. They stumble upon Vulcan and Mars, throwing down with Dio, who's already beaten up but still up for a brawl. Leda steps in and cuts a deal to spare Dio's sorry ass. Breaking Boss starts pulling Dio's strings, juicing up his power. Dio takes one bot and lets the other slide. Later, the surviving bot meets Breaking Boss but rusts to pieces trying to take him down. Meanwhile, Ringo leads everyone to a spot with a rock that grants wishes. They find a path to a beach where Ringo goes full-on beach bum mode, while the dog gets all emo about the screw-ups that led to their current mess. Flashback time, we see a pregnant lady in a garden, with two ankle biters poking her belly, jazzed about the bun in her oven. Meanwhile, Lada's stuck replaying a memory she finds gross, but she soldiers on with Dio. On the beach, Ringo suddenly eats dirt, but bounces back after a brief freeze in her tootsies. Concerned, they find a spot for Ringo to crash where she hits it off with some local ankle biters named Hoto, Hoti, and Holter. Holter, the quiet one, falls sick, sending them back home in a panic. It turns out these ankle biters are Luna's spawn, whipped up by her creator, who's now pushing up daisies with zero clues about Luna. Back at the homestead, Dio and Leda crash the party. Leda grills the ankle biters about Luna and their old man, flashing back and calling it all nonsense. The ankle biters lead Leda and Dio to a secret stash of glass cribs, setting off fireworks in Leda's brain. She gets all cranky pants, demanding any secrets their old man left behind. Dio pieces out while Leda scares the ankle biters, but Holter makes a break for it. Cashern swoops in just in the nick of time to save Holter, and Ringo grabs his mitt. Cashern throws down with Leda, roughing her up, but Dio swoops in and drags Leda out of there. The ankle biters trust Cashern and spill the beans about Luna's nanocells to Ringo, a significant find. The doc decides to dive deep into Luna's nanocells, comforting Ringo, who fears losing him. Ryuza's older sister finds her on a beach where Ryuza had fallen and tells her they must protect someone. They chant together to protect this person. During a fight with nearby robots, Ryuza mentions having recurring dreams where her sister, Liza, urges her to kill Cashern for Luna's death. In the dream, Liza dies before Ryuza's eyes. In a flashback, a young Ryuza cries while Liza draws Luna into the sand, which washes away when Ryuza tries to see it, submerging her. Ryuza wakes up on land and sees Cashern watching her. She questions him aggressively, then attacks him, seeing visions of Liza dying again. She realizes Cashern hasn't harmed her and is conflicted about whether to kill him. In a city, Ryuza struggles with her feelings and encounters a human man whom she kills, wishing she could understand her emotions as a human would. Reflecting on her memories, she concludes she's in love with Cashern, surprising herself. Enemy robots with no concept of element of surprise arrive in a flower field, announcing they will kill Cashern. Ryuza fights them and then sees her younger self, who looks at her with innocent happiness. Ryuza realizes nothing can shake her younger self and follows her happily through the flower field, ending her nightmare. Casherin, Liuza, and Ringo brave a rickety bridge, where Liuza nearly takes a nosedive, but Casherin swoops in just in time to save her bacon. Ahead, Ringo spots a looming castle. Inside, a woman grips a giant's robot's sword and squares off against Casherin and Liuza. They throw down hardcore. Casherin looks visibly shaken by the woman. She taunts Liuza for relying on Casherin, but Liuza doesn't have it. She manages to land a hit while Casherin sends the robot flying off the bridge. The woman dives after her metal pal. Later, in a cave, Liuza, nursing some wounds, asks Ringo to spin a tale about a monster her grandpa used to talk about. Meanwhile, Liuza nods off and dreams of Ringo having a blast in the garden, with Casherin chilling nearby. Ringo hands Liuza a flower, but then Liuza collapses, sensing something's off. Liuza wakes to Casherin insisting they wait out the rain before moving on, sparking a heated debate and a full-on throwdown. Liuza is convinced she won't make it and wants the rain to finish her off, but Casherin's all about that live your best life vibe. They duke it out until Liuza throws in the towel, agreeing to roll with Casherin to find Luna and save her. Just as they're having a tender moment, the woman pops back with a robot sword and goes after Liuza, grabbing her by the throat. Liuza hears the woman sobbing about not wanting to die. In a badass move, Liuza declares she's all about living, and the woman's robot starts falling apart, sealing her fate. Casherin steps up to comfort Liuza, who finally decides she's down to stick around and kick some more metal butt. In a flashback, Dune remembers Luna in a flower field where she gifts him a flower, saying they can bring smiles to hearts. In the present, Dune finally finds Luna in a field of blue flowers and apologizes for being late. Luna welcomes him warmly. Meanwhile, Casherin, Ringo, and Liuza reach Luna's location. Ringo wonders if Luna feels pain during the healing process. They finally meet Luna, and Ringo calls her beautiful. Casherin notices Dune tending to the flowers and greets him. Dune thanks Casherin for sparing his life, allowing him to reunite with Luna. While waiting to meet Luna, Casherin witnesses a fight among robots and asks Dune why they fight. Dune sadly remarks that conflict is inevitable among people. Later, Liuza and Casherin discover a dump of dead robots and realize Luna hasn't healed anyone. Casherin senses something different about Luna but can't pinpoint it. Luna enters the garden Dune tended, insults the flowers, and orders them to be buried. Reluctantly, Dune obeys. Liuza informs Casherin and Dune of a bandit attack after Luna. They fight together, but Dune is badly injured. Liuza urges them to take him to Luna for healing, but Luna arrives and rejects Dune's offering, calling him beyond healing. Dune dies, abandoned by Luna, leaving Casherin questioning her true nature. Meanwhile, Breaking Boss plots against them, gathering allies. Casherin confronts Luna about her behavior, but she coldly introduces herself as Luna. It becomes clear that Luna isn't the one the world hoped for, a selfish and self-centered version. Casherin confronts Luna and asks if she can heal someone or not because he believes that Luna has saved no one. Luna realizes a single drop of her blood can revive a person and save them. When Casherin, Ringo, and Liuza are about to leave, Luna stops them and asks Casherin to stop and look after those flowers and replace Dune. However, Casherin refuses and they leave. Leda and Dio discuss their plan to defeat Casherin, and Leda leads the army to the land where Luna is. While leaving, they come across strange, unnatural beings who creepily look at them, but they go there. At night, they sit beside a river bay where Ringo is put to sleep, and Liuza is throwing rocks in the water and complaining about Luna's behavior. Liuza explains her plan to escape the ruins. Both Casherin and Liuza have a deep conversation about their lives and their decision not to go to Luna for healing. They even have a small fight, but they manage to make up. The next day, Ringo is riding on Casherin's back, and they are walking from the desert when the older man approaches them and inquires if they met Luna. He becomes relaxed when he discovers that Luna has not healed them yet. It turns out, Luna doesn't have the power to heal, but the gift of death. Ta-da! Plot twist! Luna grants her followers death, and Casherin is shocked by this revelation. OG tells them there is something different between the old and present Luna. A group of people who happily run across them passes by them, and OG recognizes them as Luna's gifted products and insists that Ringo should go and get healed by Luna, but Ringo refuses. At night, Leda and Dio's army ambushes the area, and Casherin decides to fight them. Still, the words about him being the lucky immortal play in his mind, and he stops fighting seriously in the middle of the battle, and the energy robots start to kick his weak ass badly, and Casherin is injured heavily. Dio looks at Casherin and calls him a perfect piece who was getting ruined. Ultimately, a giant robot attacks Cashern and Luza screams Cashern's name. Ringo falls from a hill and is saved by Luza. Next, Leda tries convincing Luna to heal and obtain an immortal life, but Dio refuses and leaves. Leda goes to meet Luna, who already knows that Leda wants an eternal life and tells her that Luna will help her. Leda then intakes Luna's blood and feels the life force surging inside her. Cashard is inside a prison cell chained to a wall where he is screaming as his body heals after taking many injuries on his body. The only valuable thing for this useless hero is his ability to recover after getting beat up. On the other hand, Ringo tries to make OG agree and save Cashern, but the older man can't do anything here, so Liuza consoles the little angel. Breaking Boss and another robot are making his army of rested soldiers for an attack as they march towards their direction as well. Leda happily stares at the mirror and compliments herself and her beauty like the actual narcissist she is when she gets approached by Dio, who refuses to get Luna's healing. Leda threatens to eliminate him, but she begins to get ruined before she can do anything. Upset by this, Leda confronts Luna, who tells her that her eternal life is promised, but maybe the reason for her withering is because she is not healed enough. So Leda finally cuts Luna's hands and intakes more blood and feels strong again. Dio takes Cashern out of the prison to an isolated alley, lets him heal on the ground, and tells him that he wants to fight him. On the other hand, Leda meets her demise after getting healing from Luna. She falls into the water as her body rots away. But for Luna, it is a beautiful scene. Luna called this overhealing and claimed that she had given Leda eternal life, unlike her past self, which only gave away deaths. Dio waits for Cashern to recover and tells him his reasoning for fighting him. Cashern notices that Dio is also rusting away and inquires why he hasn't received healing from Luna. Dio tells them that he does not desire eternal life, but desires to fight with Cashern. Cashern agrees to fight Dio, and an intense battle is about to take place. The robots behind Breaking fall withering, and Breaking asks if they are running out of strength. However, the soldiers show their enthusiasm to stop the ruin and follow Breaking to find Luna. An intense battle takes place between Cashern and Dio as both of them fight together, each with a reason for the battle. On the other hand, OG finds out that Ringo is gone and asks Luza to find her. Luna is seen giving fake hope to all her dying robot followers. As the intense battle between Dio and Cashern continues, Leda subconsciously wakes up in the robot dump and thinks she has her baby beside her. She tries to shush the baby but sees her reflection and wakes up. She looks around and curses Luna for destroying her. Ringo is also there, looking at Leda going through her mental breakdown. Leda tries attacking Ringo, but stops when she sees a child. Ringo puts a hand on Leda's face, which sparks something in her. At the right time, Luza comes and takes Ringo with her. Ringo later tells Luza that she saw Leda crying when she touched her. The battle between Cashern and Dio comes to an end with Dio defeating Cashern's ass, or more like Cashern letting Dio win. Leda goes to Luna and demands an explanation about her condition, but Luna mocks her instead. Luna acts as if she fell with her, but she picks up a sword and stabs Leda. Luna acts crazy and is about to strike Leda again when Cashern appears there again and tells Leda Dio's last message, which was to save Leda. Leda feels terrible and Cashern lets her go to Dio's corpse, whereas Cashern faces Luna. Luna asks Cashern to join her, but he refuses. He tells her that the life she gives has no meaning and that robots like Dio and many others have a spark of light in them. Cashern leaves Luna and Luza tells him that she also wants to live with a spark. Leda gets to the location of Dio's corpse and hugs him while she dies. Ultimately, Breaking approaches Luna and proposes to build a new empire with her powers. A flashback of Cashern killing Luna displays Breaking, ordering Cashern to kill Luna. Luna grants her followers a fake hope of life and lets them feed on her blood. Meanwhile, Cashern, Luza, and Ringo, along with a doctor, have made a beautiful place for them to live. The place is full of flowers grown by Luza, who unexpectedly has a talent for growing flowers. Well, if you can't fight in the World War, then just start growing flowers and live in peace. Ringo runs around in the sea and finds seashells. On the other hand, Luza is getting increasingly rusted every day and losing her strength. She was saved by Cashern when she was about to fall, and Ringo brought her some seashells. Luza expresses that she wants to see the sea, and Cashern takes her to the sea while the doctor stays and copes inside her room to make fertilizers. However, while he is grinding some ingredients, he also says he is happy. When they return from the sea, Ringo returns to OG, who already passed away, and tries to talk to him. The day Liza passes away also arrives as she collapses and passes away in Cashern's arms, expressing that she wants to live longer with him, but that she was happy to live a short and beautiful life. Ringo cries at Liza's loss as Liza's rusty days now end. Luna, on the other hand, is becoming increasingly scared of the ruin and eliminating anyone who carries death with him. She waits for the ruin and death to disappear from the world, and Cashern arrives at her location. The robots attack Cashern, but he passes by them easily and defeats Breaking Boss. He confronts Luna, who stabs him, and both of them realize that the day he killed Luna, both their blood mixed and the world changed. Realizing it was their stupid mistake, Cashern and Luna part ways. Cashern warns Luna and leaves. On the other hand, Ringo grows up well and explains that Cashern never returns, but she is the only one who was able to get a life after this ruin. So I guess surviving in the ruin was only possible if you were carefree and dumb like Ringo. What do you guys think? I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if this video brought a single smile to your face, do like and share my video. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon to stay updated with more anime updates for you.